Hi Libra, and welcome to your mid-October general reading. So you got the maze, okay, as a Norman card. So obviously the maze is about feeling confused about your direction. It's a very, very obvious card. It's just sort of this state of confusion. So I'm just staring at the card because there's a lady right in the center here, but there's also, it's almost like there's a center, there's something that's pulling you, but maybe some of you are very, very confused about what to do next. Some of you might be facing choices. Everything feels like a little bit of a maze right now, to tell you the truth, Libra. I'm sort of laughing, sort of not. I don't know if this is in relationships. Mars retrograde will be in the natural zodiac, not in your actual birth chart, but the natural zodiac, it's in your relationship house. So things might be a little bit confusing around that, or it might be in a completely different direction. Where do I live? What's a good place for me? A lot of people are going through this debate at the moment, and it's actually not a bad debate to be having. That's what retrograde planets mean, by the way. There is a purpose behind retrogrades, believe it or not. And they are a bit questioning. Are we living our lives in this automatic drive without really questioning what I'm about, what I want, where am I going? So much of our life is done on automatic pilot. That's basically living your life through the unconscious mind, and the unconscious mind is our past. So we very, very often question what we're doing and why we're doing it, and even if we want to continue living the life that we have been living. So the maze doesn't automatically have to be a negative. Some of you are obviously inquiring a lot. So what you want is the Seven of Wands. The gift is the Four of Swords, which is about resting, recuperating your batteries. The challenge is a Chariot, movement. And the Chariot, the conscious and the unconscious mind are moving in the one direction. So I don't know if some of you feel there's obviously the maze would say there is a confusion. It's almost like a dissonance, heart saying one thing, head saying another maybe. Relationships, you've got the Two of Cups. Well, that's a bit straightforward. Probably not. But money and work, you get your own card. Soul position, Ace of Swords. That cuts through the maze. It's a double-edged sword though, the Ace of Swords, because most people, Libra, do not like the truth. Yeah, actually most of us don't. Sometimes, it's that the truth shall set you free, and it's about clarity and clear-sightedness, and the aces are always a yes card to whatever you're going through, but a lot of people do not like the truth. It's really funny. I've just done Aquarius reading. You're my second reading, and you're probably going, oh my god, I got the goddamn Hanged Man. I think the Hanged Man gets a very, very, very bad rap. In fact, the Hanged Man is such a profound initiation, and it's a profound initiation into truth, by the way. It really, really is. It's Pisces. So Pisces is all about surrender, because it's the ocean and not the wave. And there's almost a little bit of irony in this reading already, because the Chariot's a challenge, which is obviously a vehicle, so about moving forward. And the Ace of Swords is a very, very decisive Yang card, and then the Hanged Man is sort of, thy will be done. Oh, I'm already confused, Libra. Anyhow, I'm going to start at the beginning. What you want is a Seven of Wands. So the Seven of Wands is a card about boundaries. This can be there's so many different ways to read a card. Maybe some of you have been in a relationship and the person's quite guarded. Yeah, that's one way. So you want the guards to come down. You want more openness in a connection. The Seven of Wands is sometimes about having boundaries. And most people... I'm not a very big channel, but I have a lot of regular viewers, and that's good enough for me, guys. Okay, so Seven of Wands, I always say, is a card about personal value. And it's one of these cards I am so protective about. And when I'm working with people with relationship issues, especially people with no self-esteem, the Seven of Wands is a card I use as a teacher. We can't just let anyone into our intimate life without knowing who that person is. Yeah, because most people don't come with the devil written on their heads. And I think most of us, at least once, have had an encounter with the devil in our relationships. So the Seven of Wands is either about being with someone and you want their boundaries to come down, or you want to develop this healthy sense of self, this... okay, who is this showing up in my life? Who are you? Tell me. It's this about, I deserve to be met at a certain way. It's very funny because Aquarius got this as well. Different position. But so much to me about the Seven of Wands is my inner world, my sexuality, my emotional nature is so valuable. And the only person who's getting access to this is someone who knows that. So when you're very young, the Seven of Wands is regarded as a negative. But as we become the queens or the kings and our self-esteem goes up, and the Seven of Wands is a card about, I know my value. And that's the end of it. Love it, guys. Okay. Now the Four of Swords is the gift. The Four of Swords is about recharging batteries and recuperating yourself. Always. It does come after the Three of Swords. So the Three of Swords can be many things, but it can be a feeling of ill health, being exhausted. Loads of people have got adrenal fatigue. Yeah. I went to get some herbs the other day and all the local shops had run out of, the herbs that people can build up their energy again. Yeah. So a lot of people are very tired. And the reason for retrogrades is not a negative. I mean, it's a negative if you're really trying to make something happen. The point with retrogrades is to not. It's just to give up the pushing and use its energy to rebuild yourself and to focus yourself, building your health. Because the challenge of the Chariot is about moving forward, guys. It just is. There's just no way around it. The Chariot's a vehicle. It might have a little bit of a different message. There's still a little bit of confusion about what your... when I say your soul, I mean, your heart, that essential nature of yours about what it actually wants. And I don't know, but when I see in that maze, when I see the Four of Swords and the Hanged Man, and I have enough clients who tell me what's going on in their lives to know that a lot of people are going through a questioning, a reevaluation. What do I really want? What are my true values? Is there any way I can live as close to that as possible? It's the most important conversation you'll ever have, by the way. And sometimes it feels helpless and it's like, well, I don't know what to do because I need a job because of my pay packet. I'm not saying it's straightforward, Libra, but it's still a really healthy conversation. So some of you, this might be a relationship issue. The Two of Cups is appearing in your relationships. What's this what's the Two of Cups saying to Libra? Okay, it's with the Six of Pentacles. So it can be about money, or it can be there's been an imbalance, because the Six of Pentacles is an imbalance card. It might be about money though. because you've got Libra here, and this is also a Libra card because it's about the scales being brought back to balance. So this could be about finances, or it could be Six of Pentacles. To me, all the earth elements talk about values and authentic living. So this might be about a desire. It's almost like cards on the table conversation about what two people really want. How do we bring harmony? How do we bring balance? What do we want for our future? For some of you, this is a conversation about money, because the Justice card is going on in your finances. Yeah, it's with the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is Jupiter. And Jupiter is the inner guru. It's the guide. It's about beliefs. What I truly want again. So there's an awful lot of soul searching going on here. And when I seen the maze, I didn't automatically, you know, sort of when you hear some of the shadow sides of Libra, which you probably know, that challenge in making decisions and everything, I had a feeling it might be something bigger than that for yous. And just because. And I think some of you are questioning, it's almost, I want to say, the meaning of your existence, but it's almost down to, some of you might not be totally satisfied with what you're doing. And there's this sort of search for something more. The Eight of Cups isn't a negative card because he's got purple and gold on. So purple and gold are, again, it's about the higher truth, which is what Jupiter represents. And there's some sort of searching and some desire to bring some sort of balance back to your life, definitely in relationships. But also, and these were my cards, and this was in my money house. I'd be no longer fulfilled at what I'm doing, by the way. And it's not that we need to walk away from everything. In my other decks, none of these cups have spilled, by the way. So it's read a very, very different way. But you might be wanting to bring in something else to the mix. Yeah. For many years, I had to work and do my business. And now I only do my business. But that took an awful lot of years, Libra. So you might just be desiring, it's almost like, what is my truth here? Do I think everything's going to be moving forward by the end of October? No, I don't actually. But at a soul level, this ace. The aces are all gifts, yeah. They tend to see something being handed to you. And the Ace of Swords is a card of cutting through illusions, cutting through deceptions, to get to the heart of a matter. And I think this is not only going on in your relationships, about trying to bring this balance back, but also, what am I doing with my time? Yeah, what am I doing to serve? This is Jupiter. Jupiter is always about expansion, that sort of energy. What am I doing to serve? How can I serve? Is there something greater I've got to bring forward to me? Some of you are making changes in relationships. Definitely, I quite like your relationship reading. Six of Pentacles is one of my favourite relationship cards. And I don't know why. There's something so genuine about it. All the earth elements are in relationships. They can be very slow moving. I'm thinking about the Knight of Pentacles. But they've got a realness to it that some of the other elements don't get near. And I love realness in my relationships. I don't know about you, Libra. Boy, I do. And this is sort of what's going on. And it's that maybe some of you are beginning to question the future of someone. And this future might be about leaving something behind. Going on this big epic search. I mean, the Eight of Cups is also a card of, it's a journeying card. past life therapy, hypnosis, when you try and journey into your soul and say, what gifts have I brought with me? What do I want to bring forward into the world? That's what the Eight of Cups is, by the way. So it's not a negative card, but some of you are definitely questioning stuff, and this clarity is coming through, but the outcome is the Hanging Man. So tell me why. I just wonder if there's a reason why the Hanging Man's appearing here. I'm going to ask this one card. So the Hanging Man's a card that gets a terribly bad rap, by the way. But it's essentially about it's sort of a card of thy will be done, and what will be will be. It's almost like an awful lot of change going on, but not being really ready to make a decision yet, and that's clarified with the Queen of Swords, and you've got the Ace of Swords and a Soul card. So you've got two of your own cards showing up here. The Queen of Swords is all about the truth, and that's what the Hanged Man's really, really about. See, sometimes it's a pause card, nothing's moving forward, but there's a lot of irony in the Hanged Man, because he actually hangs himself upside down to find what is my truth. What is the truth for me? And that's what the Queen of Swords is, and that's what the Ace of Swords is. So I don't know if this is to do, and what's all this search for the truth about? I'm intrigued now, Libra. What's all this search for the truth about? Okay, you get the Three of Swords, so I think it's about a relationship. Maybe some of you are, I mean, I really do love these cards in your relationships, by the way, but maybe there's someone else, or there's someone from the past, or there's a feeling that there's someone still lingering. My website link is below, Libra, and if you go into my blog, there's a video for cutting energetic ties from the past. It's not the best video ever, it's my first attempt at making it, but for some of you, I just got a vision for some of you, there might be someone from the past that's still around, that's having an effect on the present. And bringing these cards to it is, so the Queen of Swords goes forward and she cuts old ties. I put her for about 2 months, and that's why I did the video. So I hypnotized myself basically, and I thought, well, I'm going to make this for other people. And it's, so the Queen of Swords walks forward to the Three of Swords, and it's any old residue that's lying on the heart. You don't want to take that to your future, guys. And that is what that self-esteem and self-value is. Sometimes our heartache is because someone else's failure, someone else's behaviour, and so we carry, it's almost someone gives us a piece of crap, and it's stored in our heart. And when the Seven of Wands is showing up, there's an awful lot of good energy about self-esteem and having to build energy. And I think maybe some of you do this video a few times. It took me quite a few times, and now honestly I'm Aquarius and I got the Seven of Wands, and I'm just like that with people. Just no more. And I've sort of turned into another person. But I like the person I've turned into. It's about being empowered, because that's when people show up for us differently. People can only meet us the way that we allow them to meet us. Really, really tough lessons, Libra. I don't dislike your reading in any way. I really like what's going on in your relationships, but I think there might be a need to do some cutting of cords. And as I said, these are my cards. I got them for 2 months, and then I made the video, and it's really, really helped me. I don't know if this made any sense at all. I'll be back for November's reading. It ain't a time to move forward. It's a time to cleanse, release and heal and get ready probably for December. So much change in it. So much change in November. All in Aquarius. Aquarius and Libra form a really, really harmonious energy together. Truth, connection, all these good things that we're working towards. And if you need to do any detoxifying of the past, Libra, it's a great time to do it. Okay, bye.